Welcome to Second Edition. I'm Fiona Sarita.
And I'm Gabby Bernal.
Coming up, what the sugar shortage means for the upcoming holiday season, and ETS's plan to stuff a bus for the Edmonton Food Bank.
Plus, we'll take a look at one of the best volleyball games in the ACAC this season.
But first, NAIT's program to help students feel more safe on campus. Ensuring the well-being of students and staff is a top concern for NAIT, especially when the journey home may not feel comfortable. As the days grow shorter and evenings get darker, concerns about student safety are on the rise, bringing attention to NAIT's Safe Walk program. This initiative, integrated into the NAIT Alert app, provides different services to ensure students and staff feel secure while leaving campus after dark.
The Safe Walk is an app that can be utilized on the phones, which can be used to request a virtual walk, a safe walk, or a friend walk. So if a student feels uncomfortable walking off campus or onto campus, they're able to use the app to request our presence.
The app also includes a work alone option designed for both students and staff who may stay on campus after hours and wish to have someone check on them regularly.
A local business owner along Alberta Avenue says a campaign to revitalize the area is making a difference. The city has given Alberta AF funding to increase community safety, as well as support current businesses and attract new ones. A business owner and chair of the Business Improvement Association says the money is helping make a difference.
Alberta Avenue always gets a bad reputation for being dangerous. There's obviously a lot of unhoused people, there's a lot of substance use on the avenue. But I think the businesses are actively working on trying to revitalize the neighborhood. We've done a lot of really great work this year, partly through the BIA, partly through just the community.
One of the projects currently happening is called Arts on the Avenue, featuring local works of art throughout the area.
The Government of Alberta recently announced that nurse practitioner clinics will be receiving compensation to open independent clinics of their own to ease some of the pain of the current doctor shortage.
Riverstone Nurse Practitioner Clinic, Chantel speaking.
Premier Danielle Smith and Health Minister Adriana LaGrange revealed last week that a $2 million compensation model is set to be put in place by early next year. Riverstone Nurse Practitioner Clinic is the first to open in Edmonton.
We're up and running. We are accepting new patients at this time, and come the new year, that will mesh and we will have funded NPs, and that was what our goal was.
We've offered a very collaborative approach since the beginning. Our practitioners work together, they work together on client care, and it has proved to be a highly successful model.
This announcement follows the recent decision from the government to restructure Alberta Health Services. Under the new model, the nurse practitioners will be publicly funded. The goal is to ease some of the burden of the estimated 600,000 Albertans without a doctor.
And NAIT continues its commitment to fostering a diverse and inclusive workforce in the trades by hosting its second annual G-Level Trades event. With a hands-on experience for nearly 100 female high school students, the G-Level Trades event allowed participants to explore different skill trades workshops. They also had the opportunity to engage directly with industry professionals who are eager to inspire and encourage young women to consider and pursue careers in this field.
We think that women in trades is really, really important for the next generation of tradespeople. Women are very detail-oriented. They love to do things the right way, and we need more of those people in the trades.
With women currently making up less than 4% of the most in-demand trades, and with more than 256,000 apprentices needed in the country over the next 5 years, according to the Government of Canada, the inclusion of women will be essential to decrease the skilled trades shortfall.
Professional ninjas competed for gold at the Edmonton Expo Centre.
And the Ukes men's volleyball team played a key game against a top team. Urbain Draper joins us in studio with a look at sports.
Thanks, guys. Well, the gyms here at NAIT are quiet as teams are on their winter break. A break was well deserved by the men's volleyball team, who hosted the highly ranked Keanu Huskies in their last game before the holidays. The NAIT homestand sees the Ukes' 5-2 record face off against Keanu College's league-leading 9-1. After narrowly losing the first match, It was up to head coach Phil Dixon and his team to respond, and respond they did. In another nail-biter game, the Ooks climbed back from a 2-set deficit to force a tie-breaking 5th set, where the Ooks would shine and give Keanu their second loss of the season.
Yeah, that was a big win. Keanu is realistically, I think they're ranked 11th in the country, but they're probably one of the top 8 teams in this country. And to split with them on a hard-fought weekend, both 5-setters, is just great momentum for us as a team. And we definitely know we got to work on some other things here going forward. But yeah, it puts us in a good spot for sure.
So the Ooks now sit at 6-3 going into the break and will return to action January 11th. And if you've seen American Ninja Warrior, you may not have known the Canadian version was right here in Edmonton. The Canadian Ninja League National Finals were held in the Expo Center this past weekend. The league is relatively young and growing quickly. Last year, the Canadian Ninja League held its first national finals event with 200+ competitors. The number of contestants has since doubled. The sport's growing popularity is thanks to the fun, supportive atmosphere and the dedication to self-improvement.
It's a very individual sport. You challenge yourself. You're fighting against yourself to get better every time. Even when you're in competition with people either in your gym or across the country, it's very much an individual sport. You want to do better than you did last time.
FitSet Ninja is Edmonton's local ninja training facility and has already begun training for next year's competition. The event was much larger than I expected, and I was really impressed with how supportive the community was.
What kind of age groups were competing?
The youngest group was 6 to 8, and it goes all the way up to 18+.
Something for the whole family to enjoy.
After the break, White Avenue is lit up for the holidays.
And a behind-the-scenes look at an Edmonton holiday classic. We'll be right back.
Since late September, Rogers Sugar Refinery in Vancouver has laid off workers, resulting in difficulties finding sugar at grocery stores.
Our Cav Santos sits down with the owner of a local bakery to discuss the struggle going into the holiday season.
Will Santa be gaining weight this season, or will the sugar shortage take the sweetness out of everyone's holiday? I'm here at Vienna Bakery, and I'll be talking to the owner, Brian Jagger, about his input on the sugar shortage. How important is sugar for your bakery?
Sugar is very important. It's in almost everything that we do, right from the bread to obviously the sweets and that we sell at Christmas time, as well as the everyday pastries.
How has the sugar shortage affected your bakery?
We're having to look a little bit harder to find sources for our supply. It's obviously going to affect our pricing levels a little bit because we normally don't deal with certain suppliers as often. So there will be definite changes in pricing for us, at least in the short term.
Has any of your popular treats gone obsolete?
Not as yet. Okay. So if this does continue longer term, I will definitely be reconsidering perhaps the quantities of treats that we're making for Christmas, but definitely we'll be looking at hopefully maybe alternatives to using sugar. So either a liquid sugar or an invert sugar or a syrup or corn syrup in that case.
How much sugar do you guys use?
So on a weekly average, we're probably going through about 100 to 140 kilograms, right? So in the supermarkets, most of the time you'll pick up a little 10 kilogram bag, right? So we're going through anywhere from 12 to 15 of those, right? Our supply, because of the demand, we pick up the larger 20 kilogram bags at a time.
Thank you so much, Mr. Brian Jagger. I'm Cav Santos with Second Edition News.
As the holiday season approaches, the thought of putting food on a plate can be a challenging one for many vulnerable Edmontonians.
Our Stephen Leon sat down with the manager of strategic relationships and partnerships for the Edmonton Food Bank to discuss one of the biggest events of the year and what we can do to help those in need.
Hi, I'm Steve Leon with Second Edition. I'm standing outside the Edmonton Food Bank where I'll be talking to Tamaz and Ben tonight about the biggest event of the year, and that's ETS Stuff-A-Bus. Come along as we talk about what ETS Stuff a Bus really is. And join with me today is Edmonton Bent's Knight. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming in and learning more about Edmonton's Food Bank.
So, what is ETS Stuff a Bus?
Well, about 29 years ago, ETS bus drivers decided that they wanted to do something more for the community and more for people, and partnered with us for the first ever Stuff a Bus. And back then there was only like maybe 6 or 7 Save On Foods locations, and now it's grown to over 15 locations in Edmonton. It's outside of Edmonton for those surrounding communities, food banks as well. And so right now we are going to be packing 15 buses full of food on Saturday, encouraging the broader community to help support our work and getting food in here, and then we're going to be emptying them all and unloading them all Saturday night.
Why did you guys decide to partner with the Edmonton Transit Service for Stuff a Bus?
As an organization, we only have maybe 3 events that we actually do a year. Most events only last 3 to 5 years. And here in Edmonton, we have events that, come on, next year's gonna be 30 years for Stuff a Bus. That's amazing and essential. And that means that buy-in from not only at the store level, from the staff at the stores, at Save-Ons, not only at the bus drivers, because they're the ones donating their time and doing this. They're encouraging their family to help volunteer with them. They're doing that. So that engagement is essential.
If people can't bring food, are there other ways that people can donate?
Our favorite non-perishable food item is a monetary donation. People can go to our website at edmontonsfoodbank.com, click on Donate Now. There's even a Stuff a Bus drop down that you can allocate the funds through that campaign. You can always also take out your phone, text FEED YEG to 20222. You'll be prompted to make a $10 or a $20 donation that just gets added to your phone bill. You could do that monthly, you could do that daily for all that would be awesome though.
That's all the time we have today. Thank you, Tamsin, very much for your time.
My pleasure.
For Second Edition News, I'm Stephen Leong.
While it may not look like it, the holidays are coming, and festivals like Winter White Light Up are here to bring that holiday spirit.
And although it is a relatively small event, it has been steadily growing. Alex Jaeger has more on this festive event.
It's November now, not a flake on the ground. White Ave is celebrating lights, camera, and sound. I'm Alex Jaeger, and I'll be sitting down with one of the event coordinators for Winter White Light Up event. This is Cherie Clausen, the event manager?
Sure.
How do these events affect the local community?
Well, we hope it's beneficial. That's sort of the goal. We aim to get about 5,000 people out every year, and we try to grow it a little bit every year. So it is really a community event. It's not just for the businesses. So I mean, I think our hope is that the community can come and celebrate at a free event, celebrate some of the diversity in our community. We always try to encourage a diverse background of artists that we hire, and really just have fun at a family event and enjoy the outdoors. We're in Edmonton and we need to embrace winter, even though it doesn't feel like winter this year.
What are some of the more popular things to do?
Well, every year we kind of try to add a little bit more. So we'll have fire pits roaring throughout the night to keep people warm. This year we have 2 light arches. That'll be great for photo opportunities. And then the farmers market is open late. There'll be stage entertainment with a variety of musicians and circus performers roving. And we'll generally just have lots of entertainment roving around through the neighborhood. And then at 9 o'clock we have an 18+ show that's a Drag-tastic Holidays. That's sort of a celebration of festive traditions in an all drag cast, which is our way of really supporting the LGBTQS community and giving back and supporting them with a fundraiser.
How's COVID affected the turnout?
So it's definitely, put a dent in live entertainment, as many live entertainment venues and the industry felt during COVID. So I think we're just excited to have our event back and have people be able to come and celebrate, hopefully in the thousands, and then come and spend some money while they're down here.
This is Alex Jaeger, Second Edition.
The holiday spirit is back in the city as Edmonton's favorite Christmas tradition, A Christmas Carol, is live now at the Citadel Theatre for this year's performances.
That's right, and our Giuliani Bodini sat down with David Van Bell, the playwright of the theatrical adaptation of this famous classic, to talk about the process of writing the adaptation of the play and what people can expect from this year's season.
Holiday season is back, and it isn't Christmas without a Christmas carol. I'm Juliane Bodini for Second Edition, and today I'm gonna sit down with David Van Bell, the playwright of the theatrical adaptation of A Christmas Carol that is running here at the Citadel, to talk about this year's season and to explain how this timeless classic continues to warm hearts year after year. So, come with me. I'm here today with David Van Bell. David, thank you so much for having us today here. How do you explain the process of writing this theatrical adaptation of this famous classic?
We originally opened the show in 2019, but I got asked to do the adaptation, I think it was back in 2017, by Daryl Cloran, who was then the new artistic director of the Citadel Theatre. We wanted to do something different, and we wanted to not just recreate that story, but to do kind of a different take on it for the Citadel, to see if maybe we could make that story work for a new generation. Instead of setting this show in the 1840s, what if we looked at the 1940s instead? The adaptation is kind of almost like a musical now, in which some of these Christmas songs get repurposed to kind of bring this story along.
And in your opinion, what keeps this story alive until now?
I think that has to do with the possibility of change. And that even though we can feel stuck in maybe a destructive pattern, that we could find our way out of it.
And what does the script seek in terms of reflection on human relationships?
I think the play asks us to pay attention to those around us. You know, one of the things that leads Scrooge to his downfall in Christmas Past says this to him, is that she says that one by one you close the door to everyone who loved you in your life. And the challenge for us is to stay open, to let people in, and to share ourselves with other people.
And what can Edmontonians expect from the 2023 season of A Christmas Carol?
A lot of joy. A lot of good feeling. My hope is that people come out of the show with kind of a song in their hearts. One of the things that we do at the end of every show is that we collect donations for the food bank.
And how can people donate?
They can donate at the show. Also, we have QR codes in our digital program as well, and with links in it that can allow you to make your own online donations too in our electronic world.
So that's all we have for today. Thank you so much, David, for having us. And A Christmas Carol is going to be running here at the Citadel until December 23rd, so don't miss out. For Second Edition, I'm Juliane Bodini.
Coming up after the break, a musical trivia challenge.
And with hockey season well underway, a guide to choosing a team to root for. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Second Edition. Coming up, we have a classical twist on musical trivia.
But first, our Tristan Shaw goes over all 7 Canadian NHL teams and helps you choose which bandwagon to hop on.
What? Hi, I'm Tristan Shaw with Second Edition, and if you couldn't tell, I love hockey. But unfortunately, Mother Nature has gifted us with some pretty nice weather lately, and there isn't a single snowflake on the ground right now. But that's not going to stop us from enjoying the best sport in the entire world. So, whether you're a new fan of the sport and trying to find a favorite team to cheer for, or you're just a depressed Oilers fan trying to hop on a bandwagon, here's my beginner's guide to Canadian hockey teams. Canada is home to 7 hockey teams, each with their own ups and downs. We'll go from left to right, starting with the Vancouver Canucks, who've decided they actually want to play hockey this year. The Vancouver Canucks have arguably the nicest alternate jerseys in the entire league and a very passionate fan base to go along with them. 2011, sorry. They haven't been very successful in recent years, but as of right now, they sit 4th in the league. So if you really want to be a bandwagon, cheer for the Nucks, because they're steamrolling right now. Ah yes, the Edmonton Oilers, home to the current best player in the world, not for long, and a very storied franchise. The obvious choice to cheer for is Edmontonians, but given their recent performances, I'd recommend maybe cheering for a different team, just for this season, for the sake of your mental health. The Calgary Flames. Cheer for these guys if you enjoy watching your team put up 40 shots a game and still losing 3-0, while also paying absurd amounts of money for very mediocre players. Seriously though, as Edmontonians, do not cheer for this team. Or do, I don't really care. The Winnipeg Jets enjoy being the best team in the league for like a week and then being decent enough to make the playoffs just to get swept in the first round every year. They have a very good goalie and a very underrated goal scorer who probably wears sunscreen in bed. I'd say they're worthy of cheering for, but it's Winnipeg, and I don't think anybody's willingly going to cheer for Winnipeg unless you're from there. Who even are these guys again? Oh yeah, the Ottawa Senators, the most irrelevant team in the entire league. These guys swear that their team is worthy of winning the Stanley Cup, yet they struggle to make it into the top 20 of the league. To be fair, they do have really good young talent and a promising future, and are fun to watch at times, I guess, but their captain gives me nightmares, so they're disqualified from consideration. Do we even need to talk about these guys? If you want to be shunned by the entire hockey world and completely destroy your mental state, this team is perfect for you. The Leafs went an entire 19 years without making it past the first round of the playoffs and haven't won the Cup since 1967. The only thing this team really has going for them is a super handsome Alberta native who's good at hockey. It was 3-1, by the way. Save the best for last, baby. The Montreal Canadiens are the most storied franchise in the entire league and have won the most Stanley Cups. Unfortunately, most of their success came from the 20th century, and all we've had since then was the 2021 Cup run and the best goalie in the world that unfortunately we couldn't even win the Cup with. The Montreal Canadiens have great defensive prospects and a beauty that knows how to shoot the puck. A young, fun team with the best fans in the entire world. No brainer, cheer for this team, absolutely no bias at all. Alright, so after my completely unbiased review of all 7 Canadian hockey teams, I hope I helped you find a new favorite team to cheer for. Or maybe I just scared you away from the sport in general. Sorry, I'm Tristan Shaw with Second Edition, thanks for watching.
Oh, hi, I'm Miriam Hassan with Second Edition, and today I thought we could play some classical music trivia. What's going to happen is I'm going to play about 10-second snippets of classical pieces, and you just need to guess where you've heard the song from, so like a movie or TV show, or if you also know the composer and the title, that's great. Whatever you know, I will also explain it at the end, doesn't really matter, so let's just have some fun. I hope you had some fun and learned a couple of things. Thanks for joining me for this little trivia session. I'm Miriam Hassan with Second Edition.
That's all we have time for today.
Thank you for watching Second Edition and have a good night.